Hey, everybody. Welcome to Take Five. We're glad you're here for 5 minutes of Bible study, 5 days a week. It might be 9:05. It might be 8:05. We'll
We
get
don't
it
know.
posted sometime. But we're glad you're here. And today's reading is Luke 16, verse 1 through chapter 17, verse 10, and then Psalm 52. And today we're going to read from the first 10 verses. We've got to get the whole story in there. And I'm going to be reading from the New Living Translation, the parable of the shrewd manager.
Mm.
Jesus told this story to his disciples. There was a certain rich man who had a manager handling his affairs, and one day a report came that the manager was wasting his employer's money. So the employer called him in and said, "What's this I hear about you? Get your report in order because you are going to be fired." The manager thought to himself, "Now what? My boss has fired me. I don't have the strength to dig ditches. I'm too proud to beg. Ah, I know how to ensure that I'll have plenty of friends who will give me a home when I'm fired." So he invited each person who owed money to his employer to come and discuss the situation. He asked the first one, "How much do you owe him?" The man replied, "I owe him 800 gallons of olive oil." So the manager told him, "Take the bill and quickly change it to 400 gallons. "And how much do you owe my employer?" he asked the next man. "I owe him 1,000 bushels of wheat," was the reply. Here the manager said, "Take the bill and change it to 800 bushels." The rich man had to admire the dishonest rascal for being so shrewd. And it is true that the children of this world are more shrewd in dealing with the world around them than are the children of light. And here's the lesson. Use your worldly resources to benefit others and make friends. Then, when your possessions are gone, they will welcome you to an eternal home. If you're faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, you won't be honest with greater responsibilities.
I know it's a lengthy reading, but I think it's a story that we don't read often. This is not your typical parable that everybody could quote.
Right.
And we're tempted to see those who are not followers of Christ as though maybe they have it all. Uh, and then the believers are barely getting by. That's just how it feels in the church sometimes. And this perception kind of causes us to be envious of others and ungrateful for what we actually do have. But those who have worldly wealth, other scripture is very clear to say that's only for the present. That's a temporal blessing. And much greater woe actually comes if they do not submit themselves to Christ. So they may have it all in the physical realm, but not in the spiritual realm without Christ. They actually have nothing with Him. And we see Jesus telling this parable, which I think is really interesting because it's almost like he's glorifying this dishonest guy. But what he's saying is a larger picture of be careful how you use the resources that I have given you, the master has given you. Use it wisely. And even if it means having to go and speak to those other people, I mean, they end up paying less in the end, but the manager got more of his money faster because the bill was lower. And then that guy, when he knew he got fired, he was going to have a place to stay because he was suddenly in favor with all those people. Like Jesus told this story. It's not like
Right.
an Aesop's fable.
No.
Jesus told the story. So there's something to be seen in having a shrewd business mind.
You gotta love the NLT version. It said, "The rich man had to admire the dishonest rascal for being so shrewd." And I don't think that Jesus is telling us to be dishonest. That doesn't line up with scripture. He's just saying, look at them. They're not just letting life happen to them. Hmm. They're not just letting life happen to them. There is a reality that there's a huge connection between our spirituality and our finances. Jesus had so much to say about finances. I can't even begin to start or finish a lesson on that. Um, but there's so much. There's so much interconnection. If our treasure is with heaven, then it's going to affect what we do with the resources that we have here below. Because nothing that we have here, we're going to take with us. We're going to invest in the kingdom of heaven right here. So I don't know how Sister McCoy's going to wrap this all together and tie it up with a neat little bow, but it just goes to show the complexity of the whole financial, spiritual thing. Can you add to that?
If you have your treasure set in heaven, what does the Bible say? What is in your heart comes out your mouth. What you care about is you betray yourself for how you care for things. So the Lord wants us to have this interplay between our spiritual lives and our finances. Do you trust him or do you not? Are you going to give him control over what you have, or are you going to control what you have? And beware, he's keeping tally in the heavens, not just of your finances, but of your faith. And which one is more important? I would rather be in trouble financially and have to be calling my best friend for $1,000 loan, but know that I have trusted the Lord with my faith, because he keeps track of those things, and there is a beauty in trust. Well, what do you think? This was a little bit of a complex one, and we may not even have had the right answer. Put something in the comments below and let us know what you think on this rather different type of day. God bless you. Bye-bye.